What is up, everyone? Hope everybody is all good. Right, new YouTube video today. We're going over an important topic for getting as big as we can and building muscle. Now, it's training frequency. Now, this is massively underrated in the training space right now. I don't think people really understand it, and that's what I want to do with this video. I want to talk you through what a lot of the current research says about frequency and why I think it's wrong, and then the case for having an increased training frequency, which basically training frequency means how many times a week we're hitting a muscle group. So the current research, what a lot of it says is that volume all equated together, it doesn't matter how you split it up, whether you hit a muscle 2 or 3 times a week or 1 time a week. It's all about total volume. That's what the research says. Now, I completely disagree with that whole sentiment. Now, just in layman's terms, another way to describe that is, let's say someone needs 10 sets for their chest in a week. If someone does that all in one session, the research says that's the same as if someone has to split that up and do 5 sets Monday, 5 sets Thursday, as an example. So if you do all your 10 sets in one go, that is the same. You're going to get the same growth response from that. And again, I disagree completely. Now, let me walk you through a couple of big reasons why I think training frequency or increasing your training frequency is the way to go. So, first thing, we need to be realistic and be honest with ourselves. Anyone, again, if you've been in the gym a couple of years, you know this. If you do 10 proper sets of chest, if you were to do all that in one workout, as you start to get to the 6th, the 7th, the 8th set, it's like beating a dead horse. You've already done more than enough work, like good work. If these are good sets, you've already done more than enough. As you start getting to that 4, 5, 6, 7, you're going to start to cap out in terms of quality stimulus that you're actually driving to the target muscle. Let's be honest with ourselves. So you'd be much better splitting those 10 sets into 5 on Monday, 5 on Thursday. Now, you're going to have a better quality stimulus overall that you're going to drive against to your chest, as an example, if that's the way you choose to do it. So that's the first thing. But secondly, the other big thing that goes amiss with training frequency is, let's say you do all of your 10 sets for chest on a Monday. You're going a full 7 days before coming back and hitting your chest again. The chest, or most muscles, no muscle needs 7 days of recovery before you come back and hit it again. So, ideally, most muscles depend on how much volume that you're going to hit it with as well. We know that there's a relationship between volume, intensity, frequency. They're all dials that we can turn. If you do a couple of sets, you might be good to go in 48 hours. If you do 5 or 6 sets, as we're talking about with this example, if you do 5 on Monday, 5 on Thursday, you'll be good to go in about 72 hours, or let's say 3 sleeps. That's the way I like to look at it as well. How many sleeps have we got in between hitting a muscle group again? Because sleeping is where we're going to recover. So you think, if we hit a muscle group with 5 good sets on Monday, that is good to go Thursday, Friday. Why are we then waiting till Monday? That is 3 days that you are just waiting and waiting and waiting to then start the growth process again. The key to getting as big as we can and build as much muscle tissue, it's training as frequently as we possibly can, allowing the recovery process to happen. So it's all about stimulus, recovery, adaptation. The more cycles of this that we can go through, obviously the bigger we're going to get. Now think about this. Each opportunity, each time we train a muscle, that is an opportunity to start the growth process. We come in, stimulus, recovery, adaptation, we keep progressing our lifts. If we're only having 1 bout of stimulus each week, that is nowhere near as going to be as potent over the course of a year as coming in and hitting a muscle group twice a week. Now you think about it. Think about this. If you hit your chest of a Monday once a week with your 10 sets, in a year, that's 52 bouts of stimulus you're getting for your chest. That's 52 opportunities that you're starting the growth process off, and you're letting everything recover, adapt, all that stuff. If you hit your chest twice a week, that goes from 52 bouts of stimulus in a year to 104. Now you weigh them up. If intensity, recovery, our exercise selection, if everything is the same, you have a person here who does 52 bouts of stimulus for chest in a week or over a year, and you have someone who does 104 over the year. Who's going to have a bigger chest? Of course, it's the person who does 104. Now, that doesn't mean that we start training a muscle every day, because we can't do that. then we need to go through the stimulus recovery adaptation process. There needs to be enough recovery in between. But most people are going to do well having a frequency per week with a muscle group of around 2 to 3. Now, you're having a lot of people nowadays who are coming in, the beginners, they're not really advanced, and you're waiting 7 days before hitting a muscle group again, and it's stupid. You're selling yourself short. The name of the game is we want to hit each muscle as frequently as we can with enough recovery, progress our lifts, and slowly take on body weight up from a lean start point. That's how you're going to build muscle tissue. So just think about it logically. So if you're sitting here listening to this video, you know, let's take a perfect split that has a nice frequency and has a nice good dose of stimulus with enough recovery. Look at a simple upper lower split. Now you're hitting upper body twice a week with ample recovery in between. You're hitting legs twice a week, ample recovery in between. You think of someone who runs the upper lower for 2 years, progresses everything, versus someone who, let's say, runs a bro split where they're hitting a muscle group once a week and they run that for 2 years. The person who runs the upper lower for 2 years is going to blow them out the water, I guarantee it, because they're hitting everything twice a week with enough stimulus, enough recovery, and they're progressing like this. So upper lowers, full body splits, hitting each muscle group 3 times a week, they're all fantastic. A lot of people who will be listening to this video, who, you know, you're not going to be 10, 15, 20 years in the game, who might need more of a specific split for their weak points. Most people just need upper lower splits and full bodies, progressing the lifts, getting strong as fuck, hitting each muscle group as frequently as they can with enough recovery. That's the name of the game. Just think about it. But yeah, it's something that goes under the radar. You have people who are 1 to 2, 3 years into the training, they're trying to follow these pros blindly. These pros might be following these splits where they're hitting a muscle group once a week. That's what they might need. They're 15, 20 years maybe deep into the game. You know, you are not them. You have to train to your needs, so you need to leverage training frequency in your advantage. So a final point with frequency as well. Think of the skill acquisition of training a muscle and certain movements. Who is going to be better? Someone who trains their chest and trains a bench press, as an example, twice a week, or someone who does it once. The more you do something, the better you get at it, and the more your skill acquisition improves. So think about that as well. That is another underrated point of training frequency. But yeah, it's just an important message that I wanted to get across to people. You should take it on board and just have a look at your training program. If you're trying to grow, and for example, you're only hitting legs once a week, as an example, you're selling yourself short if you're trying to grow the biggest legs possible. Same with the chest, the back. If you're only hitting everything once a week, more than likely you're selling yourself short, and you need to increase your training frequency. So there's just dials we can turn: volume, intensity, frequency. But I just want to let everyone know the importance of frequency and how you can maneuver things. All right, so let me know what you think. Any more video ideas, any questions you have on the topic, just drop it down below and I'll get to it. All right, speak to you soon.